So I was super stoked to get this old school bread box on Marketplace for free. And as you can see, it's a little worse for wear because of the age of it, but I was hoping I could do something to it to make it look a bit nicer. So the first thing to do was to give it a bit of a clean, and I used the Aussie Furniture Care Timber Magic cleaner. Now the good thing with this cleaner is it is a plant-based cleaner, so there's no chemicals in the cleaner itself. So I gave it a really good, generous spray down because there was a lot of grime and stuff on there. And I just allowed it to sit for about 5 minutes just to soften it up before I went ahead and wiped it down with the cloth. So once I was satisfied, I went ahead and wiped it down with a cloth. And it was really important to make sure that the area was clean so I wasn't sanding any of this stuff into the wood itself. So it's really important to make sure the surface is clear on whatever furniture you're working on. And then I had to go and remove these latches. Now, as you can see, there's a wire put in the middle there to keep it together. Luckily, I had another pair that didn't have that wire and they were intact. But unfortunately, these screws, some of them broke, so I had to use a drill to get them out. So I had to go get some new screws. So off to Bunnings I went to go and get some new screws. And I was really lucky to find these perfect size screws, which were the perfect color to match the latches that I had there. So once I got home, I put the latches and the original screws, but I wasn't going to use them, but I put them all in the vinegar boiling, and they actually came out a lot better than I anticipated. So back to the sanding I went. I'd already started and sort of came back to that, and I was sort of in between hand sanding and using the sander because sometimes bits are hard to get to. But this was the raw finish. So once I had sanded everything back, this is what it was looking like. But I still wasn't finished because I went ahead and used the Aussie Furniture Care hemp oil, which is a food grade oil. So you can use it on chopping boards or island benches, or if you're someone that just doesn't like toxic things, then you could just use the oil on your furniture. So normally you could just apply it with a polishing cloth or a 0000 superfine steel wool, but I thought I'm just going to pour some into a container and just paint it on basically like I was putting a stain on or something, which made it super easy. But you've just got to be mindful that however you do put it on, you've got to use a clean polishing cloth, like a lint-free polishing cloth afterwards to make sure you wipe any residue off. And then you've got to get that nice finish at the end of it as well. So it was coming along really nice. I ended up painting inside and outside of the box. And then here I went ahead and wiped all the residue off just to make sure that there was nothing still stuck on there. And here is what it looked like before as a recap. So this is what it looked like before. And then this is what it looks like now. So overall, it came up pretty good. I was pretty happy with that. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.